You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, number one, bona fide first class. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. And you'll be one all your dumbass life.
Hi there, LinkedIn family. Jonathan here from Some Talented People, joined from the end of yesterday and now for the rest of our quick insights into Lonnie Ray's book, DumbAss, what to deal with them, how to deal with them. Today, we're going to be looking at the weak-willed. And yes, I'll probably keep quiet now because, yeah, they, bless them. Steve, dive in.
You know, the biggest example I think of when I think of weak-willed, and I'm not talking about people that are abused because I think that's a different element of it, but it's the people who, that definition of insanity, continuing to do the same thing and expecting to get a different result. It's the people who do that on purpose. And that's all they do is just the same stupid crap over and over and over again because it's easy, and rather than just simply taking a stand, for anything. And I'm not even talking about, something deeply philosophical or religious or spiritual in nature, but just something as simple as I remember a story from when I was a little kid. My mom tells this story. I was too young to remember, but she said that I ran in one day and I gave her a big hug and I said, "Oh, Mom, thank you for moving my potty chair. Now I won't burn myself every time while I'm going to the bathroom." And evidently there was a hot pipe, like the hot water pipe that was close enough that I was bumping up against it. And that's a perfect example of somebody who is getting along to go along. And, like in my case, I was burning myself every day, but rather than saying something about it, it's just, we accept that in life. And that's, to me, what, really a weak-willed person is.
I have to say, Steve, that as a friendly and amiable chap, you really are quite hard on yourself because, when you're a young child, if you can't even recall to tell the story yourself, mate, that you're not weak-willed,
The story actually goes on to say that it's the nature of how much I felt like the whole world revolved around me, because it did.
Of course it does.
And, I assumed my mom actually had just moved it because she was cleaning in the bathroom. I assumed that it was done specifically for me. So, really, but I'm using that example because of the fact that a lot of times we continue getting burnt by somebody and we don't change the situation. And again, like I said, I'm not talking about somebody that's in an abusive situation, but I'm just talking about in general. That person always parks in our parking spot in front of our house.
So, Lonnie has been dying to speak. Dive in.
Go for it, Lonnie.
Weak-willed. Okay, I look. This is actually a serious thing. Where I had a boss who had proven to me before, and she was a good friend too. Okay, that she I don't like confrontation. Okay, all right. Here's what happened though. We were cleaning one of the apartments here. I was helping her with her house cleaning business. And as soon as we walked in, it was mold so bad. It was mold so bad. And I went to the AC unit and it was covered in black mold. And you know how serious that is, right? I know of a guy who literally had it coming out of his skin. He had to keep changing his bed sheets every 2 hours. It is a very serious thing, potentially. And there was no way I was going to put my vacuum up to it. There was no way that this was safe for anybody to deal with this. And I have been working with her for years. And I called her and I said, "This is extremely dangerous. This is really, really bad." And she's like, "Can't you just?" And I said, "No, I won't. I won't do it." the other gal that I was working with, she was like, I can't do it either. And she's like, well, just don't worry about it. Well, here's what happened. She called another member of our crew to come down, who brought her pregnant daughter, 9 months pregnant, and they started to walk into this apartment to clean this AC unit. And I stopped her cold. I said, there's no way you and your soon-to-be baby are going to walk into this apartment filled with mold. There's no way that's okay. And when I called back my friend, I said, what the heck? Why would you do that? She said, well, the maintenance man said it's just dirty. I said, I've seen a dirty AC unit. I said, I've worked for you for years. How come you're not even listening to me? And then this pregnant gal is about to go in and clean up an AC unit that's full of mold. I said, this is not okay. And she said, they said that's what. I said, you're just spineless. You're just spineless. And it's not okay. This weak-willed nature that some people have can really hurt you. That's why I'm kind of serious about this one, because if you've got somebody around you who's that, I don't want to get a confrontation. I said, you're going to have a confrontation with me, because what you've just done is endanger a number of people's, potentially endanger their lives, because mold is very serious. And this was really, really bad. But they told me it was okay. I said, I don't care. I'm your feet on the street. I'm looking at it. I sent you pictures. Come on. Don't be so gutless.
And so I would just remind potential purchasers of the book that the book is very funny and useful, and contains none of the harrowing stories of childhood burning abuse or what is it, diphtheria? What's the thing you get from air conditioning units? Some disease, whatever it is. You're not going to get that if you buy this book. No. Buy the book, because honestly, these videos are supposed to be to make you want to buy the book. You're probably going to look at them and go, "Oh my god, no!"
But it's dangerous to have to put your faith into a weak-willed dumbass.
Hey, listen, I get you. It's just that you could have chosen someone who, had a bit too much jam on their, Jello on their toast, as opposed to a life-threatening, embryo sort of,
All right.
Yeah.
I got a story for you.
No, we don't want to hear any of your stories. They're bloody horrible.
How about the people who won't tell you have spinach in your teeth?
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
That is weak-willed. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Your fly's open.
Right?
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay.
Right? That's gutless. Come on.
No, wait, but you know what though? I have to say though, sometimes, and Lonnie, I know I love your book, but seriously, sometimes because people do it because they are people pleasers. The weak-willed typically are the people pleasers. They're afraid to tell what's really in their heart, in their mind, because they're afraid they'll offend you. They'll afraid you'll feel sad or something because of they said.
I think they're just afraid not to be unliked. You bring up a really good point.
Yes, exactly, Lonnie. You just hit it right on the nail. They're afraid to be unliked. They want to be liked, and so they want to say anything that could risk the fact that they won't like them. Oh my gosh.
Basically, what we're saying here is that we are so obnoxious and old and cynical that anyone that doesn't show the same fibre as we do, get that fucking spinach out your teeth, mate. For God's sake, your fly's undone.
That's a friend.
You're walking around like a blooming, sack of potatoes, Steve.
Well, here's the thing, Jonathan. In the background that you have up right now for the definition of it, I love that it has the word lemming in there, because I even have a meme that I keep on my desk that is lemmings just going off the cliff. And we all can think of people who the only reason why they're jumping off the cliff is because the person in front of them, the lemming in front of them went off the cliff. And so therefore, and a lot of times that's really, a lemming is just a perfect example of a weak-willed person.